All right, I'm gonna spend all my time convincing you today to do this one thing for just a couple seconds before you hit every shot, right? It's the waggle. You need to be doing a waggle. Not only is it something that's gonna help you strike the ball better and farther, but it's gonna be something that you can really rely upon to help you under pressure when you're facing tough shots, right? Let's take a look at Mr. Ben Hogan first, right? One of the best swingers, probably the best swing of all time. Watch him just waggling the club back and forth, okay? How about Sam Snead here? Amazing golf swing, amazing power, does it before every full golf shot, right? And I know a lot of you go, well, it's a little bit old school. Players, so much nowadays don't always do it. Let's listen here on Tiger Woods talking about what he does before every golf shot.
I line that up, I take one look, another waggle, then off I go. It's the same routine, the same rhythm, it's the same cadence.
So you can see in all those examples, the waggle is an integral part of what starts their golf swing, okay? And the person that wrote about it the best, right, in the Modern Fundamentals of Golf, Ben Hogan, he really described it in detail. And this is gonna be the part that convinces you that, like, I really need to consider doing this before every golf shot, okay? He talked about how when he goes to waggle the club, that it's not just something that you do just willy-nilly just to get loose before you hit the ball like some nervous tick that I've just got to kind of stay moving. It really has a very defined purpose because it's going to help your ball striking get better. So he talked about in detail how when he waggles the club, his hands actually move in front of the ball, okay? And at one and the same time, his trail elbow moves in to touch his rib cage, or he called his watch pocket, right? So you see how my right arm is moving in as I go to waggle. At that same time, the lead forearm is rotating, right? To get the club kind of set on plane. So right in this position right here, if you guys could get into my body and feel this, I've actually got all the right pressure points, all the right stretches, all the right muscles in my arms perfectly set. Okay, so just to kind of explain that, my trail elbow has gone external. That's exactly how I want to feel as I initiate my downswing. Right there, I feel this little external stretch to this trail elbow. I'm feeling that right in the waggle, right away, okay? When I get to the top of the waggle, I'm also feeling the back of my left hand, okay? That's super important because that's part of where I get shaft lean and I deliver the face of the club square to the ball. I get this sensation in the outer part of my left arm and the back of my hand that I feel right as I waggle the golf club, like, oh yeah, that's the sensation of hitting a pure compressed iron shot, right? When it comes to, say, lag, right? Lag is the angle formed between the shaft and my lead arm. I can feel this lag angle as I'm waggling the club back and forth. And then I also can feel how I'm going to be able to deliver a shaft that's leaning forward. You can see as soon as I go like this, I've got all those sensations just straight off, right? My trail wrist is bending back as I go to waggle the club, which is really important for being able to feel some delofting of that face in the golf ball, right? Gives us more power, makes our 7-iron into a 6-iron. So all these sensations these golfers are feeling just before they go to take the club back. Watch it from this view. You can kind of see my trail elbow moving in, my lead arm kind of rotating out, and then a little window between both arms. That's all you need to do. And you could spice it up a little bit. You could put a little bit of body movement, You could do it just alone with the waggle. You could do it a lot like Jason Duffner does. There's a lot of different things going on there that are really important, but they're really previewing exactly what you're going to do just seconds away. So as Hogan talked about in his book, he actually felt the shot was almost already hit and hit well just based on how he was waggling the club. It was already a foregone conclusion that he was going to hit the ball well. He literally wrote about 3 pages just about the waggle in his book. So take it from him, right? Best ball striker, in my opinion, of all time, that waggle is really, really important. And I would definitely try it out in your next practice session at the very least. And if you're feeling it and you're feeling some success, which I think you will, take it out on the golf course and make that part of your pre-shot kind of ritual, pre-shot routine just before you go off and hit your balls. So, you know, when you're waggling, just kind of specifically, right, we're going to feel a couple different sensations. You can see here that as I go to move, my feet are kind of moving in rhythm with that waggle. And you might do a bigger waggle, right? You might do just a little one like this, but there's definitely some commonalities of great ball strikers being able to deliver the club at impact with a lot of leverage and a lot of just good positioning in generals. So all the sensations, my hands, my arms, my forearms, it's all perfectly previewed before I go off and swing. So give that a shot. It only takes a couple seconds. It's not a very technical thought. You know, maybe just when you first do it, there might be a little bit of like, what am I really doing here? Am I doing it right? Once you've done it enough times, you'll start to feel, wow, this is just second nature. If there was one thing I would say, remember, this is not a waggle. This is, I'm actually taking the club back. See how my hands are swinging and moving? A waggle is the hands literally go forward, if anything. They go this direction. They don't go backwards, because as soon as it goes backwards, I'm not feeling any of those downswing sensations. Hey, it's your coach, Zach Allen here, and I hope you're enjoying today's lesson. In all of my years of coaching and studying the golf swing, I've discovered there's only one thing that separates the best ball strikers in the world from the rest of us. I call it the magic move, and you can use it to generate effortless power and consistency in your game. Since I don't have the time in this short video, I've put together a 3-part web class where I show you everything you need to know, nothing held back. I call it my Magic Move Training Series, and you can get the entire thing free of charge by clicking the link in the description below. You won't find these videos anywhere else, so click the link right now and join the over 100,000 golfers who have already gone through this incredible training. And now, let's jump back into today's lesson. One of the best golf instructors I ever worked with, right? Worked with him for a long time, Greg McHatton. Before we did every golf lesson, we would do this. So the beauty of that secret handshake, right, is it bends the trail wrist back, which in turn bends the trail arm into an external position. And that's exactly the position that we get into on the downswing, right? At least all the good ball strikers do. The people that are struggling, they're in this position where things are back here and we're pushing on the back end of the club in some form or fashion, okay? So just getting that sensation to start of that trail wrist bending, Greg literally did that with me. And if I still go see him today, that's the first thing that he does. And it's always stuck out in my mind. And I really relate it mostly to the waggle, because every time I hit a ball, it's just a great reminder on exactly the position that my hands and arms need to be in, the positions and the pressure points I feel in my wrist and arms every time to hit a good shot. So just 2 seconds, once or twice, you feel it, you're gonna start to associate, wow, look at that trail elbow. Look at my trail wrist. Look at the muscles along the outside of my lead arm. I'm feeling everything. And I'm not saying that's gonna make you hit a good shot, but the more we can associate positive things, I've got a positive feeling here in my muscles, right? I've got positive imagery of the ball going where I want. That's really gonna up our chances of hitting those great shots. Okay, so take it from me, right? I don't ever hit a full shot without a little waggle. Just gives me a good positive belief in the outcome that's about ready to happen, right? And most of the times it works out, and I think it will for you too. If you like this video, please go down there and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I'm working hard to produce content for you guys. And then if you want another video that you can do just before you go to hit a ball, similar to this one, take a look at this one up here. This one might help your game out also. Till I see you next time.